If you're in your 30s, these 10 mistakes could be completely knocking you out. You don't want to make these mistakes. I've made all of these mistakes. I will talk about them at length, but we're going to get into it because what I want you to do is know what the mistakes are, avoid them, run from them, and just be better. But before you do, like, comment, share, subscribe. We're going to keep talking about it. So let's get into it. Now, why is it important to not make these mistakes that I'm going to get into? Because in our 30s, we want purpose, we want fulfillment, we want stability, we want freedom, we want connection, we want those things. But if we keep making a bunch of these stupid mistakes, we actually drive ourselves further away from that without even knowing it. It's almost like we self-sabotage. It's like, hey, we want this, but we're going to keep doing this, and it just doesn't make sense. So let's get into them right now. Number one, chasing validation over actual fulfillment. So quick story, when I was in my early 30s, I was working for a tech company, and then I actually, from my own LLC, I got some, other side tech work, so I ended up making a little bit extra money. And the first thing that I did was I went to a car dealership and I started looking for new cars. Now that was stupid because I did not need a new car at all at the time. I just wanted a new car so that if people saw me in a new car, they'd be like, wow, Ricky's really doing something, and maybe he's financially stable or whatever. When in reality, I should have just saved the money, which I did. I did not buy a new car because San Diego was expensive. But what I was seeking was validation. I was seeking ego. I didn't need a new car at all. And I didn't even, like, deep down really want one. So if you're doing something to seek validation, understand that it's just for an ego boost. Like, if you couldn't post about it, if you couldn't tell people about it, would you really want it? And if that's something where it's like, yes, you would really want that, that's something that fills your soul, then cool, go for it, do good. But living in the social media area, it's so easy to seek validation where we think that we're like, oh, we really want a thing. But in reality, it's like, we just want other people to look at us and be like, hey, they're doing great, right? So don't seek validation, seek actual fulfillment. Number two, letting fitness slide. In years past, it might be easier to hit the gym, to have a fitness routine. But then when you hit your 30s, your career is probably taken off. Like, you might have a family, you have greater responsibility. So the one thing that ends up sliding is your fitness. And when your fitness slides, so does your energy, so does your sex drive, so does how you see yourself. But if you can find and maintain a fitness schedule, a nutrition program that works for you, that even when your responsibilities are greater and even when you might be tired, it's something that you can stick to and enjoy. It's going to help you leaps and bounds. I'm 35. I feel like I have the energy of when I was 25, and it's because I enjoy what I'm doing fitness wise. I make time for it. I make sure that it's manageable, even when other things in my life might be chaotic and might be busy, right? So do not let fitness slide. Number three, avoiding difficult conversations. When you avoid difficult conversations, you really avoid growth. Like, you really avoid asserting yourself as, the age of maturity that you are, because difficult conversations are typically difficult because you might want something out of the relationship that's not there, or you might want something to stop within the relationship that hasn't been stopped yet in order for you to grow, in order for you to succeed. And that might be career-wise, that might be relationship-wise, it might be socially, whatever it is. But if you keep avoiding these difficult conversations, you're just going to keep going down the same path, getting the same results. And so if you don't want that, then you have to be able to sit and have respectful, difficult conversations. Sometimes it might be cutting people off. Sometimes it might be if you need more out of other people. Whatever that is for you, do not be afraid to have those conversations. It's going to make the quality of your life better. And also, what I've realized is the more you have difficult conversations, the more honest that you are with yourself. And the more honest that you are with yourself, the more that you are living life on your terms in a good and positive way. And that's just great. All I have around me are people who live honestly, who are able to call me out on BS. I'm able to call them out on BS. We're able to have respectful conversations and difficult conversations, and it's great. And it makes the relationship flourish. So have the difficult conversations. They're not that bad in the grand scheme of things. Number four, ignoring financial systems or financial literacy. I'm telling you that from a place of when I was 28, I hit rock bottom financially because I was running my apparel company and I didn't know if I could pay my rent, one of the months, so after that, when I hit about 30, 31, I was like, I need to learn more about investing. I need to make sure, 401k, IUL, all of this other type of stuff, these systems are flowing for me so that I don't have to sit back and have a paycheck and wonder, ooh, what am I going to do with this money? Spend them on dumb stuff, or hey, have a plan for it, put money in the right bucket so that I'm able to, in the future, get the things that I want, invest further in things that I know that I need, right? So have a financial plan, financial literacy, do some research. It will set you up years and years in advance. It'll set your kids up. It'll set, everybody else up, instead of just sitting back and making money and throwing it out the door. Saying that because I used to do that, and it's not the best thing in the world. So financial literacy, figure it out for yourself. I'm no financial expert, but find one if you need one. Number five, comparing timelines. You might be sitting back single and saying, oh, I wish I had a family and kids. Or you might be sitting back with kids and saying, oh man, I really wish I was back in those single times. But if you keep comparing timelines, what you're doing is you're not even focusing on the present moment. Focus on you, the present moment, what you want, the future, while ordering your steps presently, right? But if you keep comparing yourself to other people, you don't even know what's going on in their life. You don't know what type of, hell they have to go through day to day to get their blessing, or what type of, pain that they're in, even just trying to maintain the lifestyle that they're putting out on social media. Like, you just don't know, right? So if you compare yourself to other people, other people's timelines, other people's family, you will always feel like you're lacking because you're just neglecting yourself. You're neglecting who you are, what you really want, where you want to be, who you want to be with, all that stuff. But it's predicated off of you. you, not anybody else. Stop comparing timelines, stop comparing yourself. That is something that's going to help you get in tune with yourself in your 30s. Number 6, neglecting connection. Now, once we get in our 30s, I'm speaking, me, I am married, I have a daughter, I have 2 pups, and it's very easy for me to be super insular, to not hang out with my guys, to not spend time with friends, to not do any activities or anything like that. It's very easy. But if I neglect connection, when I need connection, it's not going to be there, right? Make sure that you have a circle of, whether it's you're a couple, other couples around you, or you're single, other good people around you that you can connect with, because life gets tough, right? Like, there are things that have happened, from a familial standpoint. We've had deaths in the family over the past few years and everything, where it's like we've really been able to rally around, and family's been able to rally around us, friends would rally around us, and vice versa, that we needed. And it's because it's like we really want to make sure that those connections are there, right? So connections aren't always just there for when times get good. They're for when times get rough as well, but you have to nurture them when times are good. So do not neglect connection. Connect with people, connect with people, connect with people. I'm saying that as like an extrovert introvert. I'm an introvert, but when I'm out and talking to people, I can be an extrovert, but I have to also be proactive with connection because it's helpful. Number 7, not planning enough recovery. Now, you might think, oh, recovery just from a fitness standpoint. Yes, from a fitness standpoint, but also just from a life standpoint, because when you're doing so much, when you have so much responsibility, when your career's taken off, your family's taken off, and even when you're heavy in fitness, and if you don't plan enough recovery, you are going to absolutely burn out. I have burnt out so many times in the past, and I was like, I wonder why. And I didn't realize it because I was like, oh, but I can still wake up and I can still mentally power through this and stuff like that, until I got sick, or my body just broke down, or I just hit this emotional kind of like fog where I was like, what is going on in my life? And I realized I'm not getting enough rest. I'm not doing the things that are helping me mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally recover. I didn't sit down. Sometimes you just got to sit down and recover so that you can be back better the next day, the next week, month, year, whenever it is that you're back. Recover. Number 8, letting comfort kill your passion. Now, I'm living proof of this right now. I love making YouTube videos. My YouTube channel hasn't grown that crazy amount over the past few years, but I love making YouTube videos. I'm relatively comfortable when it comes to, my career, life, all of those things. And it would be easy for me to say, well, YouTube's not yielding anything. I'm spending money on editing and doing all of the other stuff and equipment to make sure that, my YouTube channel and everything is out there and that I'm putting things out there. But that would just kill a part of me inside. My passion is speaking. My passion is just having barbershop talk and having, one-on-one conversations through this camera, right? And so if you are in a place, especially in your 30s, like, do not let your comfortable job, your salary, your title, or whatever kill what you're actually passionate about. Sometimes we're not always just super passionate about our jobs. Whatever you're passionate about, make sure that you're still doing it, because that is going to be the thing that when people see you, they're going to be like, oh man, you're still that person on fire for whatever. Or when your spouse sees you, it's like you still have that fire. You didn't just get dulled because you just went along to get along for like a check or for a title or something like that, right? And if your job is your passion, great. But if it's not, make sure that you are not letting your comfort just absolutely kill your passion. Do things that you're passionate about, because it will energize you every single day. I get on this camera and I talk and I'm so energized while I'm doing it. I'm energized before and after, before anticipating and after, because I've done it, right? And so I don't get that out of a lot of other things, but I get that out of this. So I have to continue to do this no matter how it looks. Make sure that you know your passion and keep doing it no matter how it looks. Number 9, confusing control with leadership. When we're in our 30s, like, we have sometimes a better level of control of things, right? We have finances. We might have a little bit of status in our job, or a little bit of, or level, whatever, tenure in our job or whatever, and be in charge of people and in control of things and finances. But that's not true leadership. In your 30s, you get this awesome opportunity to lead, and to lead from the front, and to serve. It's so cool being a dad, because I'm like, oh, I get to serve my household every single day. I'm not trying to control or dictate the mood, the vibe, whatever in my household. I am just trying to serve the best way that I can. And if I serve, and if my spirit comes through and I'm a vibrant, happy person, or I'm trying to be every day and I'm putting forth the best effort, then hopefully the people who are following, the people in my household, the people at my job, they will follow suit as well, right? And so it's not a control thing. It's not trying to dictate things. I used to be someone who tried to dictate everything, right? I'm naturally a control freak, because I'm like, I want to know all the variables and how this goes to this. But at the end of the day, you can only lead by serving, is just leading from the front, right? So do not confuse control with leadership. They're two very different things. There's a lot of people that control a company. They don't lead anybody, right? There's a lot of people who control their family. They don't lead their family. They don't do anything like that. So make sure that you are leading from the front, and from service, and from just a really, really good example of who you want to be and who you want others to be, influenced by. So just lead. And number 10, chasing one day instead of 2 day. Focus on today, because if you don't focus on today, your one day might not be how you want it to be. So many people in their 30s are like, oh, when I retire, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But they don't even focus on their day to day or what they're going to do today. So then when they get to that one day, it's like, well, it's going going to look very different because you actually you weren't good stewards of what you had today. For example, I love spending time with my family. I spend as much time with my family as I possibly can. And it's for the fact that when that one day comes, when retirement comes or whatever, I'll be able to spend even more quality time with them. Now, if I don't and I neglect them and I overwork, I do all these things, I put all these things in front of them to, make sure that they make it or we all make it or whatever. When that one day happens, they're not going to want to be around me because I was never around, right? And so make sure that you're living today. Make sure that you are doing your daily deposit and enjoying, your life today, because tomorrow's not promised. It's just not. Like, we've had family members that have passed before their time, and it's made me really think of life so differently and really enjoy every single day. So if you can focus on today instead of one day, your one day is going to even be greater than your today, but you have to put in the daily deposits today. So those are 10 mistakes that men make in their 30s that I don't want you to make. And so we can just get better. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.